Well, well, well. Look at this! Our med/laboratory, fully built with the Postocucus still baby inside. As well as the laboratory itself, left being containers, and right being the laboratory/med station. Not only that, but we actually have names for the copies. Thank you to everyone who went to my Instagram. It's showing up on screen right now. We got 2 names, so we'll be naming them in this episode, as well as asking for names for the dodo. Oh yeah, we got a dodo. As well as in the live stream, we finally built out the book cafe. Look at it, fam. It looks amazing. We have Mr. Books and Miss Books. You'll find out who's what later in this episode. As well as our own MFC, Minecraft Fried Chicken. Yes, we don't do copyright infringement here, even though this song that's playing in the background probably is copyright infringement. But hey, we have actually made a little area where the Triceratops go, so that's pretty cool. As well as this doohickey with other places. We have made multiple shops. That was the point of the live stream. So if you didn't see it, it's on the channel. You can go watch it. But most importantly, we'll be naming this Doto, which is a female. But most importantly, welcome back to And yes, look at this world. Look at the rainbow because it just finished raining. We are back in the dinosaur world. And as you can see, we've done so much. And I'll go through it right now. And I did record some bits, so I will be interjecting it when it gets the chance. But look, we've extruded the shops. I've had them here for a while, and I've decided, during my through the live stream as well as during just my free time. I think this is the only one I've actually done during my free time. As well as this little area, which I don't know what's going to go here, so you guys can decide. But I'm probably going to have to decide anyway. We have a little restaurant. We have a chef who gives us a bunch of doubloons. Can we hide that? Perfect. Look at it. I've fully maxed them out, so I can get whatever I want. So we don't have to worry about food anymore. And sadly, since our infinite steak is gone, we don't have infinite steak. So we have this little piece. I did have this as a curve. I'm pretty sure you guys remember. But sadly, it looked ugly, so I ended up going for the straight. And that allows me to have this symmetrical. And I'm a man of symmetry. I don't know if that's the right word there, but hey, it's whatever. And then if we go over here, as you can see, look, it's a Triceratops enclosure. They're laying down over there. And just like the olden days, you can come up here and look. We have a wild. And then we also have a wild horse Triceratops. Yes, I know, he took you guys' spot. Everyone's scattered out to make it look a little bit better. As well as MFC, Minecraft Fried Chicken. So these guys, I've done this a while. I think I recorded this in the last episode. It could be the live stream, I really don't remember. But I've put in the chairs so everyone can sit down and eat. Nom, nom, nom. As well as the menu. Did you guys know that the honey barbecue is back? Whoa. He's standing on top of the... Okay, there we go. Good. So that's pretty cool. I have a Minecraft menu. It's totally not the Kentucky variety. So this place is really cool. I like how this looks, especially the floor. I've been using the chiseled stuff to add, variety on the ground, so it looks a little bit better. As well as doing the copycat bricks to add a, different structure, so everything's not the same. Because if this was the case, it'd be this all the way up, and that would match this. Also, in the live stream, which should be showing up on screen as well, I just built this. I didn't do anything extra. I didn't do the schematic cannon. But we also have the alleyway, which I think what I'm going to start doing is trying to do like back plots. I don't forget what they're called. Oh, backstage areas. So this is like the backstage area for this area. This will probably be an enclosure of something, as well as this area will probably be an enclosure of something. But just like real life, they always have the gate and they have like all their food in the back. So it looks pretty cool. And then as well as you can get on top of the roof. I'm probably going to add like some weird like thing up tops, in real life buildings to have, vents and all that stuff. But I'll do that in a later date. We've definitely downloaded plenty of new mods. I will also show those on screen as well. So and that's to help out variety up the world and also give it more, you know, decoration. Because in the beginning half of this series, it was lacking decor, but now with some of the decor mods, I feel like we could do a little bit more. So that's pretty much it there. We can go inside. I can show the inside. It's nothing crazy. It's mainly just this part that you can see. Over here is where they sleep at, and a bunch of food storages, which I need more food. So we'll just squeeze through here, but that's pretty cool. And then if we go over here, we have this. So for a while, as I mentioned previously, we're going to build something this way, but I've had this lake over here and it's been pointless. So I thought just add a bunch of random fish we found in the ocean. There's a bunch of random fish in here. There might be some flying fish, but they might have died, to be honest with you. Oop, wrong button. So there was 2 flying fish. I think they've either flown out and died. I really don't know. They're all named fish. There are some lobsters. That's a yellow lobster. I think that's it on the lobster part. But yeah, oh no, there's a flying fish. They're right there. There you go. They're not dead. So this is a little scenery bit. It helps connect into the actual book cafe. And if we go over here, obviously we have the book cafe. Decorated the outside, so it looks a little bit more fancy and doesn't look bland. And this all goes, oop, this goes all the way around. That's pretty cool. Added this little planter over here, as well as the little skeleton for the compies, which we'll be naming them. We've only found the 2, like I mentioned. But the piece of resistance, the inside, look at this. Oh my goodness. Like I said, we did this in the live stream. It looks amazing. So we have a bunch of food here, a bunch of decor. Because you know, you always go to those places, they always have the pictures. We have Miss Books, which is an emu, and Mr. Books. So that's pretty cool. It seems like someone's eating some of the roasted chicken. But this place looks amazing. I like the stools because you can actually see the table between them. Like these, you kind of can't, but I've been using the spruce, so it kind of works a little bit. So a little bit of space. But this place looks amazing. Nothing's changed downstairs. So, but that's pretty much it. Just random decor. So I'm going to end this recording right now, add it to the video, and then figure out what we're going to do for the rest of the day. But first, I just wanted to show this all off. And I might do something here. I really don't know. So, we will get to that point when we get there. Also, I did a little bit of mining because I wanted to get turtles for one of the enclosures. And I was trying to get turtle DNA. But what ended up happening is we ended up getting 2 scab gems. I don't know why. I think it's because we have the paleontology on this pick. But I don't know. And we also just used all the fossils to see how many fossils we get. So these are all the fossils. Alright, so this will be the plan. I don't know why I'm doing the British thing again. So this is the plan today. I think I'm going to start building out this new area, which is not really an enclosure, but it kind of is. So it's a half enclosure, half fill in the space of the park, as well as some nature stuff. It might even be multiple enclosure. I really don't know. Right now, it's simply just being filled in. I'll build it up. Basically, what's going to be is like a kind of like that. I'm going to make multiple, so it doesn't randomly look like there's a random piece jagged up. And it would also fit in with the rock being up a little bit over here, so it's not like, why is that randomly poking out of this enclosure? This would allow me to have things blended a little bit more, and this will be a passageway, so this will just keep walking this way. Now, that beginning recording bit that you've saw is that I've cleared out all that in regards to, you know, grass. and I will be carving it all out. Mainly just because, one, we need more dirt, and two, as I will show here on screen, it should be showing up on screen, we will be removing all this and putting water here. So it can blend in a little bit more, and we can have a better looking park in the future, as well as have a better option for aquatic creatures. But while looking in the area, look, here's an otter. I don't know how to tame them. I think they need fish. He's so small and so good. So that's what the plan is today. So I will probably just cut back to once everything is either cleared out or this is starting to be built up. Alright, before I show you everything, obviously we found scarab gems. And I've already kind of recorded this because I thought I had to go to the nether to get more netherite. Turns out I don't need netherite. I just need base picks. So, we have two options actually. If we go over here, I did use a bunch of diamond to make sure I got these two. Let's see if we can actually make a diamond hoe. Because, obviously, since we have the twin blade, we really won't have the opportunity to get a scarab sword. Not mainly just because, since this is a part of a separate mod, obviously we can't just combine scarab thingies unless they add mod compatibility in the future. But I'm pretty sure that's a thing you would need on both sides. But as of right now, ooh, actually hold up, let's not do that. Let's make a diamond. Ooh. Here we go, first try. So it seems like only these can go to purple, and I'm pretty sure the axe can only go to purple. Actually, we can test it out real quick. Okay, well maybe the axe can get legendary. So, we have two options. Either we can make these scarab or these scarab. Obviously, we're doing one for the this dude. So we have a scarab pick, which I will change to legendary once I add all the enchantments onto it. So that's pretty cool. As well as, do we want to give a twin blade up? I mean, it looks cool. It looks cool. It's also netherite, so that's pretty snazzy. I think just for this Let's Play series, we will do this. Psych! We'll do that. Let's go! Oh. So, as already mentioned, netherite, or scarabs, are technically better than netherite, because I did the calculations, and I might do it again, and actually post it as a short. But, so obviously we want unbreaking. Ooh, which I realized this has unbreaking, what's it called on it? That kinda sucks. Well, I figured out a way to, actually wait, we can over enchant with the stuff, so I really don't mind. We'll have Silk Touch. And should we have efficiency? Because respectfully, these picks are too overpowered for my tasting. So I think I'm gonna go with, now we have to make these overpowered. And ta-da! And then for this, same thing, efficiency and unbreaking, and just for giggles, fortune. We need more XP, so we go over here, and then we turn it off. Get back over here, efficiency, unbreaking, fortune, and that's it. Now we change the names. We just copy this. So we have the scythe. We copy this. And we have the spade. Oh, perfect. So these are all the scarabs. And we have these cool tools, which we can hoard in here. So we have a bunch of legendary. And how much is this? This one doesn't even have, what's it called on it? But it's pretty snazzy. Eventually, I think, in my off time, I'll get more hyper experience, and then eventually we'll do this. Because that's what we need. So, and I also have to figure out how to connect all this because we technically don't have any connected. Let's show off what we have done. As you can see, I've spent, I think, 2 hours over here. Now I say 2 hours because I was getting very distracted, but it has all been carved out. And some of it's a little bit extra carved out because I wanted it to blend a little bit more. But as you can see, this is as far as we're going to go for this part. And I think what we're going to do over here is, if I don't get bored, I might make all this deeper as well. My goal was to get all the way to bedrock because it'd look really cool, but that's probably not ideal. And I mean, technically I can. I just have to make a chunk miner, but it would have to be for one specific enclosure, and that enclosure would have to be a square because I don't think we can do circles in the create mod. So this is all carved out, and all the creatures that were over here were moved, other than some turtles. I did take some turtles. I did move them. There was a little honey, or it was like a Tasmanian devil. He's over here somewhere. Ouch. I relocated him, so he still lives. Over here, there he is. He's happy now. Not in the crossfire. But this looks snazzy, so we're getting there. But, oh, a wild sheep. Before I end this part off, because I don't think this is the rest of the video, we will place his egg. Because we are missing one. And respectfully, I don't know what they did to their sister. We have one. Alright, so looking around, I mean, to be honest with you, couldn't find him. So we're missing a copy. Also, this guy's really low on health. Do you eat a hamburger? You do eat hamburger. Good. But luckily, I've prepared for this. We've had the one egg earlier, and then I had more copy DNA, so I made another egg. So we'll eventually have the 2 copies. Now, as I mentioned, we have people on my Instagram who named the dinosaurs. So one copy will be named Barney. You are now Barney. And then depending on if this one's a boy and one's a girl, then it'll be named the other one. They won't need another name. But the second name will be Scurry. Like Stephen Curry. And now we just wait for the dinosaurs to hatch. Oop. That one's spinning. And so is that one. You're gonna be a brother, Barney. Even though your brother and sister left you, I really don't know where they went. Let's see what happens. Fuzzy dice. Oh, well that's a female, so we have a female. Oh, we have 2 females! Oop. Well, they're your siblings. Kinda, not really. I don't know. Eventually you'll be making eggs, so. One will be named Scurry. I know it was supposed to be a dude, but this one's a they, them. And that one needs to be named. Which, and we'll name that one Karen. So hopefully these nerds get along. So we have Karen, Barney, and Scurry. Now, as I mentioned, they don't starve, they don't die of old age, because Barney's been here for the beginning, so I don't know why they'd be leaving. And hey, actually let's see if they're wandering. Like, is that the case? Oh, they're wandering, yeah. They might phase through a wall, and I think that's what's killing them. They phase in, suffocate, and die. So, maybe deep down enclosures are the way to go, but you never know. But, that being said, there's that. I forgot what I'm going to do next, so I'll edit this part out and then figure out what we're going to do. We'll see you then. So with that little part edited already down, I know exactly what we'll be doing. Also, I did this because we needed more storage because we were getting full on dirt, mainly just from the actual carving we did. So we have a whole system here, dirt, stone, and then grass blocks, which you can see we have a bunch of stone. So we will be making a Postocucus enclosure because we have him left over there in the 2 enclosure alone. So I will be doing it based on this picture right here. Yes, the Walking with Dinosaurs ones. It should be showing up on screen. So that will be doing his enclosure, and his enclosure will be right here. So we'll have it right here, and it will also connect well into this. I think I'll build this as well. I don't know what it'll be. Like I said, I think I'm gonna build a water fountain. Well, this will be his enclosure. I really don't know how big he gets, but my goal is to finish this episode today, so this will come out on Tuesday. You're wondering how I've done pretty much. Oop, wrong button. So, if you're probably wondering how I've been doing these walls, it's simple. Andesite brick. So, it's actually andesite cut brick, so don't get it confused. Not this brick. Which I didn't know it had two versions of, so I guess that's cool to know. But, I've been using this as the backstage, and that's what the actual definition is called. And I might actually just build this enclosure on camera, because why not? Because we have 10 minutes left in the episode, technically 11. So, this right here will be the actual, we'll do the other brick. This will actually be the meat and bones of the actual storage area, so it allows me to come inside and take care of the dinosaur. Because I do want to have this place be a little bit realistic. So, we have at least one for the Triceratops, which is in the mountain right there. We don't have one for the Dilophosaurs, but it's reasonably assumed that we have some type of system, so we don't have to actually go inside their enclosure. Ooh, actually, you know what? That's what we'll do. We use granite for this side, so it's not all the same color. And it kind of fits the sand color that we're kind of going for. But we need to see if we have any granite, because we'll be taking things for granted. I know you can laugh at my joke. It's funny. So, let's just temporarily just build up. Let's do at least, let's say 4 blocks. So let's see what it looks like if we start intertwining. It actually doesn't look that bad, and that's exactly what we're about to do. We'll move this out the way. We'll actually make this go into the ground. There we go. And then we'll do these blocks. We definitely need to get more granite, which I'll just do that in a second. Actually, you know what? We'll change these two. We have one. So we have a gradient right there. Got enough. I really hope the Postocucus isn't that big. There we go. And that will be the outline where all the glass goes. And obviously we'll be using paints. Get out of here! So, I will go get more gradient and then picture up what we're going to do. And I'll be back. So you'll still see me do this building process. I'll just get all the materials that we need and just do them on camera. While looking for granite, we ended up finding this roly-poly guy. Don't know the actual name, but I do know he is a mini-boss in the Alex Mods mod pack. Just as we are doing a dinosaur park with the fossil and archaeology mod, which is the main focus, we are also doing just a zoo as well. Mainly just because I think it'd be cool. So the goal here is to get this guy trapped. Eventually I name him Rocky, and he did hit Dave, which respect for my boy Dave for just thugging it out. But eventually we get him into this hole, and I have marked it on the minimap, so we'll get him later. Just like Moby Dick, by the way. I don't know if I cut it out the video, but Moby Dick is out there. I have him named, I believe. I do have him named, yes I do. I just remembered it. So those two will definitely come to the park. Alright, after a long day's work, we can finally do the enclosure. Now I have multiple blocks that I will be using, which will be the granite blocks, this vertical block, I really don't know how to say that, as well as some red sand and maybe a little bit of grass, but mainly granite, where is it at? It's some granite. So I think for a base layer, we will be using granite, and then we can replace everything afterwards. So we'll fill in the blanks. Here we go. Now, the goal probably here is to make it look like it's a rock. But if we do that, we have to make it a little bit bigger so the Postocucus can't just climb over it. We might intrude this one out a little bit more, intrude this one in, and intrude that one, break that. There we go. I feel like that's good enough rock. Obviously, we can spruce it up. And this is how the keepers, aka me, will come in and take care of the dinosaurs. So this is the backstage area. We do with that. In the picture, obviously they have a little waterway, so we'll do just a random little carve in right here and have it curve all the way around until it gets to over here. Make sure we fix this and make it a little bit bigger because we need to add water in. We'll just have it, you know, end over here. Now, with the base layer done, perhaps we can start introducing some of the sand. Now, maybe some of the sand needs to be on the outskirt near the water. So we just replace the ones that we've taken out with some water. With some sand. All right, so then we have that. I think another thing we can do is actually use... Can we do something with that? Nope. We can definitely do something with this. Change granite to granite. Actually, no, we won't do that. Keep granite like that. We can change... Actually, before we do the lake bed, let's you know, spice up land. You know, add some more texture. Especially over here. Oh, I just realized this is like dirt. This is hardened dirt. There. Probably that right there. Actually, no, that won't look right. And, you know, now looking at it... Actually, you know what? Oh, let's put the grass in before we start jumping everywhere. How does this look? Nope. Too much. Okay, for right now, let's replace this ground floor. Okay. So far, so good. I don't like the... We need grass, but this is too much. Alright. So, as you can kind of see, I've decided that I wanted to put the grass block here. Now, you're probably wondering, why did you do that? It looks horrendous. We don't want that grass block there. Well, don't worry. We have a solution, but it's going to have to take sacrifice. Now, I should be editing this perfectly, where I can zoom in and explain a few things going forward that I've already been very transparent about. It should be popping up on screen, a little fancy edit. Here's one thing. One, this is my survival world. Obviously, as you can see here in the previous episodes in regards, I've done everything just me, no one else helped me, and I don't think I'm ever going to add anyone else to this world, mainly just because I've added so many mods, I physically can't. 2, I've had this item right here, which is the creative one, I believe. Now, I no longer have it, because we have a netherite one, and also figured out that you can change the config files, so it can be as good as a creative wand. So, technically, I'm not... It'd be a strike on the cheating board, so we'll make a little graph. There you go. Putting extra work in, we've added a graph. Blink! Cheating 1. There you go, we have that. But a thing I was going to do for a while, once eventually we got to the T-Rex, I know, T-Rex, oh my god, was use World Edit to change biomes, which we'll be using for our third tally here. We will be using World Edit to change the biome specifically. Mainly just because, in real life, you can create different enclosures in different biomes. It's harder to do that in Minecraft, obviously, because we are in a hills and plains biome. But I will be doing that for specific biomes. Mainly, as an example for this enclosure, it will be changed to savanna. So the grass blocks will actually blend in with the other blocks. Thus, this allows us to make trees and the grass blend in a little bit better. So that's what I will be doing in the remainder of this episode. So if you have any fusses or complaints about that, I'm sorry, but it's my wood at the end of the day, and I think it looks a little bit better in the long run. A good example of this is Prehistoric Kingdom. You can change whatever biome you want. Another good example of this is Jurassic World Evolution 3. And then the previous 1, 2, and afterwards, you can change any biome to a certain things. Yes, there is restrictions for certain maps for Jurassic World Evolution, but this is Minecraft. I have the tools at play here. And that will be our second tally of cheating. So here's the list right here. But we'll only be using it, like I said, for just making an area a specific biome. But other than that, that'll be the rest of this part. You will now see me do it, change the biome to Savannah, and then finally finish the enclosure so you can wrap up this video. So I do apologize if this is not the hardcore survival you want to experience. But at the end of the day, I just want to make good content, and that's it. And as you can see, the enclosure is now finished. Now, I've already recorded this segment, but I realized my mic wasn't connected, so we're gonna have to do it all over again. But we'll do it in spectator mode. As you can see, we've changed a few things. One, we've changed it to volcano brick because it blends in a little bit better. And also just the granite on granite really wasn't working there, so we ended up doing that. And to be honest with you, it doesn't look that bad. We also added trees, so we have acacia wood to match the orange, as well as birch leaves, which matches the orange, as well as just this biome right here being this birch forest, so it blends in a little bit better with grass. Added a bunch of grass as well. And then obviously we added our little Postocucus, who's still a baby because I moved him somewhere else so he wouldn't grow. Crazy voice crack. So he wouldn't grow off screen. So he's gonna enjoy this little enclosure, and eventually he'll be big enough. But this right here is the shot that I try to replicate. Eventually, I think what I'm gonna do is actually make more granite stuff like this and just replace this whole side right here. So it'll just be a one-sided angle thing, and I feel like it blends in a little bit better. In my head, I know I haven't done it yet, but that's probably what I'm gonna do because it being a full glass box all the way around is kind of weird. Plus, this will allow me to add another backstage area over here to fill this all in, and then this right now is nothing in it. Eventually I'll add some random miscellaneous blocks, but this as of right now looks pretty chill. And as far as the rest of this video goes, this will be it for the rest of the video. I know I'm repeating the same words, but to be honest, I'm really tired. I'm trying to go to bed. So with that being said, like, subscribe for more content like this. I hope to see you in the future, and have a majestic day.